Hey everyone, Sarah Nagle here with a quick update before we dive into today's episode of AI Powered by People. Summer is just kicking off and we wanted to re-air one of our favorite episodes, from Plink, to remind everyone that hydration this summer can also be tasty. In this episode, you'll hear from Max Luthy, CEO and founder of Plink, as well as a conversation with a few of Plink's delicious flavors. Enjoy, and we'll be back next week with a new episode.
So in the middle of the night, literally 2 a.m., I sat up in bed and started WhatsApping a best friend. It's called Plink. It's a bath bomb you can drink, low carbon footprint, low packaging, packed with wellness benefits, and went back to sleep. And he texted me, that's a great idea. And him and his business partner spent years telling me to start the company. But it took COVID, putting the brakes on the kind of conference speaker circuit, and also my co-founder's company, his kombucha company, got nailed by COVID. So they introduced us and said, you guys should start this company together. And we spent the first 18 months, we did our first fundraising round, having never met in person, doing it all over Zoom with an ocean between us. And somehow we're still here. It's working pretty well.
Welcome to AI Powered by People, where we explore what happens when products and brands gain voices shaped by your interactions. I'm Sarah Nagle, and we're exploring a world where everyday items become your companions, learning from you and answering your questions. Each episode will explore products and brands through the eyes of consumers and industry experts, and we'll chat with Verbs, our AI companions that bring these experiences to life. Today we're diving into the fizzy world of Plink, an innovative beverage company that's making waves in the functional drink space. Plink is crafting hydration solutions that not only appeal to health-conscious consumers, but also add a playful twist to the growing functional beverage movement. Their approach combines wellness with fun, offering products that meet consumers' desire for both healthy and enjoyable drink options. Plink was launched in 2022 in Vermont by two dads, Max and Luke, with a commitment to joyful, sustainable beverages. Driven by their mission to create better drinks for their families and the planet, they developed effervescent tablets that transform ordinary water into something extraordinary. Plink is turning hydration into a treat worth celebrating.
I think, like many founders in the beverage industry, what attracted me to this category is there's just this layer of emotion in everything. And I think, our favorite beverage brands throughout our lives are often just loaded with emotion. When you think of them, you feel a certain way. And that's something I wanted to replicate with my own sort of entrepreneurial journey, which is what brought me to this space. And I think there's definitely been a lot of education from my co-founder and I that alongside emotion today, you need to have this real functional element to your brand. So it's not just about making people feel a certain way, but it's about sort of enabling self-transformation, improvement, and that has to be packed into your brand.
That was Max Luthy, the co-founder of Plink. Before launching Plink, Max was a trend forecaster, helping big companies spot future opportunities. This experience, combined with his co-founder Luke's expertise as a maker, led them to spot a gap in the market: the growing demand for healthy, functional beverages. Once dominated by sugary sodas and sports drinks, the beverage market has rapidly transformed to embrace benefits that appeal to health-conscious consumers of all ages. Companies like Plink are playing a pivotal role in this transformation by revolutionizing hydration through their innovative tablet technology. Plink is championed by both eco-conscious consumers and families looking to break up with sugar.
I'm grateful for this sort of rapid growth in, wellness and healthier alternatives. I think, we've just had much better education and much better awareness around some of the, dare I say, horrendous health outcomes, associated with many of the biggest players in food and beverage and the products we all grew up with. And, we still consume pretty regularly. So there's a lot more education around the downside of ultra processed food and beverage, and I think there was this wave of better for you alternatives that were essentially making this is this product that you love, but less toxic, which worked for a long time. We use organic sugar, or we're non-GMO, or it's free range chickens, or whatever it might be. And now it's gone from that sort of wave of, hey, it's better for you by being less bad for you, to now, as I touched on earlier, this sort of transformational wave of, we will help you become a better version of you, which is a big promise.
I drink Plink because I like to not drink out of cans a lot, honestly. Yeah, I like to drink my water that I filter myself, and I like to drink like non-chlorinated water. So I like to just put the additives in rather than drinking out of aluminum cans all the time.
At Plink, the relationship with their community isn't just about selling products. It's about creating a welcoming space where everyone feels heard and valued. Plink embraces a philosophy to make wellness accessible and enjoyable for all. Their transparent, approachable style of communication keeps them closely connected to their consumers, enabling real-time feedback that shapes everything from product development to packaging decisions.
A lot of people will tell you, when you launch a company or when you're planning to develop a business, find a really specific tribe. And I think Luke and I have known from the beginning, we wanted to have a broad appeal, and to feel like a big tent, like you're welcome here. We try and create a very approachable brand. Like, we make it really easy, constantly remind people, we have an email address, Max and Luke at Drink Plink, that they can email us, and we always reply, and we want to feel reachable. So by doing that, I think people are happy to share feedback. They're more forgiving. We're building stronger relationships with people. And then, when we do go to them and say, what do you want, what products do you want, etc., next, they can be really frank with us and help guide the next wave of innovation.
Starting with a mission to create a radically sustainable product, the founders took an unconventional path that led them to develop something truly unique, a bath bomb you can drink. Their approach to innovation balances the emotional connection people have with beverages alongside practical functionality, creating products that both transform and delight. While Max's background in trend forecasting provided valuable insights, it's the partnership with Luke's practical expertise that helps keep innovation focused and purposeful, proving that sometimes the best innovations come from unexpected places.
We almost came at it backwards because we were trying to create a radically sustainable beverage. And through that process of innovation, we created a radically delicious supplement in a way. So I'll be the first to admit that having a background in trend forecasting and innovation, a lot of what I was saying was going to happen has happened, but it's kind of our way of solving the problem we hope to solve has ended up coming from a completely different direction than we anticipated. So it's humbling. If you work in forecasting and innovation, getting out there and doing it yourself gives you a lot more respect for clients, and the jobs they had to do to bring products to market.
Plink supports you through your daily routines, healthy transformations, sustainable choices, and thirsty moments. Each tablet is crafted to enhance your well-being while providing the enjoyable experience you need to stick with your wellness goals. But what if these innovative supplements could actually talk to you? We call companions like this verbs, giving anything in the world a voice. We asked Plink enthusiasts what conversations they'd want to have with Plink.
So personally, I'm curious about how other people are utilizing Plink and drinking Plink. I think that, I use it in one way and for a particular purpose. And I'm really curious if that's something that is sort of like, if I'm in the majority or if I'm the weird one in terms of the application.
Where, is there going to be growth in flavors? Which, I don't know that that's necessary. I love those, almost chef-esque lines. Where's Baby Plink?
If Plink could talk, what do you think consumers would want to talk to Plink about?
It's really interesting to me because we've recently found a it's not just ego, but we found that people really react well to content from my co-founder and I. And so what I would want to do is try and capture, at least what I think resonates with people about our approach. And we try to be fun and approachable, take the piss out of ourselves a little bit, that British humble thing, but also like confident we can help improve your life, make you feel better. And it'd be really cool for people to immediately have a sort of connection. And I think, one of our goals is by making wellness fun. It's not just to sell our product. It's like if we make, daily wellness routines more fun and enjoyable and approachable, then people are more likely to stick to them.
How do you think a talking Plink would change how you approach design, innovation, or marketing?
I think one of the benefits of having a sort of AI persona for the brand is part of the way that Luke and I have made the company feel like you can reach us as you can reach us. But we're going through this moment of scaling where from just a couple hundred, retail stores to several thousand in a year, that's all kind of coming online. And it's going to be too much, too many people, hopefully, but too many people with too many questions for us to truly give everyone a piece of ourselves. So it's kind of interesting that this can solve that problem.
What if you could have a conversation with the Plink brand? We wondered what insights might emerge, both for the consumers of Plink and the team creating and marketing their products. So we created 3 Plink verbs, one for each flavor. We sat down for a chat, and what you're about to hear are Plink flavors answering our questions. All right, listeners, I have 3 unique personalities with me today who are literally fizzing with excitement to meet you. Let me introduce...
Darling, allow me to introduce myself first. I'm Pom, the sophisticated pomegranate berry blend. I bring a certain je ne sais quoi to hydration.
Oh my gosh, can I go next? Can I? I'm Mel, the watermelon flavor. I'm basically summer vacation in tablet form.
Namaste, Pinny G here, serving tropical wellness with my pineapple grapefruit vibes.
Well, this is already getting lively. Tell me, what makes each of you special?
Well, I'm perfectly at home in a gallery opening or...
Summer parties! That's where I shine. Remember running through sprinklers? That's me.
Speaking of shine, I am literally radiating positive energy right now. My citrus kick is perfect for your sunset yoga session.
Okay, one at a time, please. Pom, you were saying?
Yes, as I was saying, I offer a more refined hydration experience. A touch of tart sophistication with...
But sometimes you just want to have fun, right, Sarah? Remember popsicle-stained tongues?
And sometimes you want to manifest your best hydrated self while...
You're all amazing in your own ways, and that's what makes Plink so special. There's a flavor for every mood and moment. Thank you all for bringing your unique personalities to the podcast. Whether you need guidance on your wellness journey, expertise on functional beverages, or a fun conversation with a brand, Verbs are here to be your approachable companions. So if the Plink brand could talk, what do you think it would say about you?
Wow, that's a great question. It's like, what do I think they would say, or what would I want them to say? I think that I'm optimistic and, maybe trying to be a bit of a people pleaser and trying to make people feel good is my goal. So hopefully the Plink recognizes that. Yeah, I don't know. That's deep. That is really deep. I think I'd need like a whole afternoon and a bottle of wine to really answer that. Just staring at a Plink tablet.
We're curious to hear your thoughts. What would you talk to Plink about? Share your ideas with us using hashtag #AIPoweredByPeople, or reach out to us on social media if you want to hear from your favorite products or brands. And if you'd like to talk to Pom, Mel, or Pinny G and other Verbs right now, download Verbs, that's VURBS, for iOS or Google Play. You can even create your own Verbs. Remember, it's your voices and stories that will shape the future of AI. This is Sarah Nagle, and you've been listening to AI Powered by People, a podcast brought to you by Verbs Labs. Special thanks to Max Luthy from Plink, and Plink consumers from our community, Jeffrey, Marie, and Steve. This episode is produced by me, edited by Katie Sizemore, and our research wonderkin is Annalise Larson. Join us every Tuesday to learn more about the brands and products you love, and what they might say if they had a voice.